Thanks so much for joining me today. So I have a really cool technique that I recently learned. I attended Brandy Cox's World Card Making event on October 4th. She held it down in North Carolina, which is where she lives. And I flew down from New York and I attended the event. And oh my goodness, so many fun techniques that we learned, and we made so many cards. Matter of fact, I didn't make all my cards because I was just so overwhelmed, I guess, with all my friends and people I knew online, friends that I had met at her events before. I mean, we had such a wonderful time. I can tell you on the event was actually 2.5 days. We had a meet and greet on Thursday, which was fun. And then on Friday was the first day that we had our card making and whatnot. Well, I can tell you the first part of the day, I made absolutely no cards. I was too busy chit-chatting with everybody, and I had such an amazing time, such an amazing time. So anyway, one of the techniques that we learned is really cool, and it's this card. So I don't know if you can see the sparkle. When I turn the camera down, you'll be able to see it. But it uses a cocktail napkin and heat and stick powder and glitter. So how cool is that? Let me turn the camera down so we can get started on this. Isn't this gorgeous? Look at that glitter. Oh my goodness. I think that is so amazing that with a napkin, a cocktail napkin, and then you just add some glitter to it, it just looks stunning. So before we get started with our fun project, I do want to mention that October 31st, which is this Friday, the Join Now promotion that Stampin' Up! Has going on will end. If you're interested in taking advantage of the $35 Join Now offer, you know, you have nothing to lose. You've got everything to gain. If you're buying products anyway, why not get them at a discount like I do? And anyway, $35, you get to choose $125 of product. Anything that you want, you can add to your order. If you need help placing your order, I'd be more than happy to walk you through it. So let's get started with our fun card. So basically what you want to have is a cocktail napkin. So I've got some pumpkins here. There are so many different variations. I took these from our event that Brandy had. We did some butterflies and then some pretty florals. And also a sunflower, but I didn't take the sunflower, I guess. But let me show you the cards that we made. So this is the beautiful sunflower. I kind of got better as I went along. You probably can't see this, but I know the napkin actually folded over on itself. So I'm not too worried about it. It kind of looks okay, right? You can't tell. So that's one. This is the one that I didn't complete. I have not put a sentiment on it. But isn't that just pretty? Oh, I just love the way that looks. The sparkle, the shine, the glitter. And look at this one. Oh my goodness. This one was over the top. We even made our own glitter paper. And I will say that some of this does come off, but not too bad. It's not, you know, it's not like it, like I can do this and maybe just a couple of speckles come off. But it's so pretty and so amazing and so easy. So, let's see, let me put these here. So basically what you want to have is you want to have a cocktail napkin, right? And some of these come in 2-ply, 3-ply, some might even come in 1-ply, right? But what you want to do is you want to take them apart. Now I did get this started someplace because here we go. So you want to just take this apart, right? So now you just have the pretty one. Just, you're left with just this design here. Just the 1-ply, right? Then you want to take, let's back up a second. I don't have the Stampin' Up! Adhesive sheets, but I do have these scrapbook adhesive sheets. Exactly the same like Stampin' Up! But I've had these for so many years from my scrapbooking days when I used to just, you know, adhere one to a cardstock and then die cut my pieces, and then I'd have the sticky on it, which, you know, I should do that all the time, but I forget. So you want to peel this It has a little strip here. You peel it off. You then adhere it to your cardstock, right? And then you just keep taking it off. There's directions on it. Stamping Up has smaller ones. They have the 8.5 by 11 sheets. I think they are. Maybe they're 6 by 12. I don't know. I thought I had a pack here, but for the life of me, I couldn't find it. So I grabbed my old ones that I have from Scrapbook Adhesives, which work just fine. All right, so I already have the adhesive sheet on here, I think. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but there's a shiny part and then there's the matte part. So that, I think this is the part that I have it. So I'm just gonna take, actually before we do that, let's cut this down to size. So I'm just gonna cut one of these quadrants. You know, you wanna get it fairly smallish. You don't wanna work with the big piece. Okay, so we're just going to cut this down, and then we're going to cut it down to size once we put the cardstock on it. But for right now, we're going to start with that, and I'm going to save these for another time. All right, so let's get the adhesive sheet off. And sometimes it comes off easily, like that time. Other times I have to get my Take Your Pick tool, and that's why I have it handy. We can put that away. And then you're going to put this down. And you're going to lay your napkin. So here, let me zoom in a little there. You want to lay your napkin over it. And, you know, I like that pumpkin, so I'm going to try to center that right about there. And then you want to smooth it out. Now, this didn't come out so good because it got a little wrinkly, but I'm really not worried about that because once you put all the glitter on, you won't see those imperfections. Then I like to turn it over and just smooth it out a little bit more. And we're going to take my scissors and we're just going to snip around. Now these are ribbon scissors. I inherited these from my friend Donna. And hopefully she's not, well, she's probably watching me above. My friend Donna passed away in February this year, and she was an amazing lady. And I have to tell you, she just did not like glitter. Nope. She gave me all her glitter, and honestly, I don't know what I did with it. I must have gotten rid of it because I probably was like, you know what? I can't stand this either. So anyway, I did find some glitter in her stash of product that her niece gave to me. So there you go. So we can toss that out there. So there you go. So you've got your first part done, right? Okay. So I just want to make sure that's nice and flat. And then I'm going to take my Versamark. I want to put something underneath my surface. You want to take your Versamark and you're just going to put a good amount on. You want to make it nice and tacky. Okay. Tacky. And then we're going to put our heat and stick powder down. I have a feeling that this might have been 3 plies, this napkin, because part of it's coming up. So you do want to be careful with that, because if it is 3 plies, then I should have taken the other layer off as well, but it didn't feel like it. So we're going to pretend it's 2 ply. Okay, so we did that. Then I want to take, now Stampin' Up! Used to sell this heat and stick powder. We no longer carry it. So I'm going to use the sticky embossing powder from Tim Holtz from Ranger. It's the same stuff. So if you have the heat and stick powder, definitely that's fine. Otherwise, Tim Holtz brand is also good. So you want to sprinkle this on just like you would with embossing powder. Then you'll shake the excess off. Let's do the other side. And this stuff will probably last you a very long time. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I never used this powder until I went to Brandy's event. And I was like, wow.
I couldn't believe it. I was afraid to use it. I didn't know how to use it. And I looked online a couple of times, but it just didn't make any sense to me, I guess. But I'm a visual learner and I guess a hands-on learner, so at Brandy's event, I learned how to do it, and I was like, oh my goodness, where have you been all my life? Right? So I'm just putting this back in here because I don't want it to fly all over the place. All right, so let's get that closed up. Set that aside. All right, and now I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm gonna let it heat up a little first before we start going. Now, I will tell you that you don't want to dry it, but you want it tacky. So you don't want to dry it all the way. If you dry it all the way, it's not going to work. The glitter is just going to fly all over the place. So you want it tacky. All right, so I'm going to start this up. I'm going to have to glue this part down a little, but see how that's tacky? See, I can just pick that up. That's what you want. So let's put that aside. Next, we're going to sprinkle the glitter on. So I'm going to bring my little tray out again. And again, I don't have Stampin' Up! Glitter. I used to have Dazzling Diamonds, but Stampin' Up! No longer sells the glitters anyway. So I have, this is also from Ranger. It's Enchanted Gold. This was the closest thing I could find to glitter. So, and believe it or not, this was from my friend Donna, who didn't like glitter. So I'm going to go a little gentle on this because it does have a tint to it. Although I kind of like that tint. But you want to do the same thing, just tap off the excess. A little bit more here on the edge. All right, there we go. Okay, I'll put this in the tray, or put this in the container rather. Now I probably will move this glitter and the heat and stick powder to a bigger container. I just think it'll make it easier. But for right now, we're just leaving it in the little container because I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. Okay. Let's get this started again. And you can see how it's brightening up already. All right, I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna let it dry for not dry, cool down for just a minute. Yeah, and then it's pretty good there. So isn't that beautiful? Look how pretty that is. That's just gorgeous. Love that. Love, love, love that. So I'm going to add a little bit of tear tape, or not tear tape, the Stampin' Seal Plus here, because looks like the glue came undone there. I'm gonna make sure I get a good amount on that so it sticks down. And oh, you know why it's probably not adhering? Because there's glitter on it. So let's see, I think that's okay now. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. See, I want to just trim this little piece off here. And then you can trim whatever you need to trim off. All right, so that is done. Doesn't that look beautiful? Look at that. Oh my goodness, I just love that. All right, let me zoom back out again. Oops, that's in, this is out. Okay, so let's put this aside. So let's put this card together now. All right, so I had already done one beforehand, but I didn't put the glitter on this one, so I'll have to do that later. But this is what I'm doing. So I have my card base. I've already embossed this with our Peaceful Greenery embossing folder. I thought this would look perfect on here. So we're just going to put that down with some adhesive. No, hang on a second. I think I want to put this first. All right, let's put down this first. So I'm going to put this first with some dimensionals because I want to wrap around my sentiment around the embossed piece and my the piece we just did. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna put some dimensionals in the center here, just to give it a little bit of pop. Okay. Oops. I need that. So let's see, we're going to put this about here, I think. And then we're going to wrap, so should we put it up here? You know what, I kind of like it up on top. So let's go up on top for this one, so then it shows more of the pumpkin. All right, so we're going to put it right about there, okay? And then I'm going to wrap these around, wrap this around. Oh, I guess I'm like, why isn't that sticking? I guess I should take the backings off of these first before I try to stick it down. Let's try that again. All right, so we're gonna center this. All right, about there, I think, looks good. Okay, then we're gonna wrap these around. And I'm going to secure them with a little bit of Scotch tape. This one's especially short, so I want to make sure that stays down. And do the same with this one. All right, now we can add our glue. And the sentiment, thinking of you, I will show that to you in just a minute, comes from Wonderful Thoughts stamps, and I did my little separating the words because I wanted it to be long as opposed to stacked. That right there, and we're good. All right, so this is Wonderful Thoughts. I use Thinking of You. So there you go. Isn't that beautiful? I don't even think we need any embellishments on here because there's just so much shine on this. I see that it's a little bit crooked, so that's why I'm moving it a little. There's so much sparkle and shine that I think it's beautiful just as it is. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've ever tried this technique. I mean, it was definitely new to me. So these are the cards that I made at our event. And then we have this card. So let me know what you think. If you're interested in joining my team, please do so before October 31st. Otherwise, that join promotion goes bye-bye. So anyway, thanks for watching, friends. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.